A few days ago, an interesting video started to show up on various online groups. It shows the Sakurajima volcano erupting. However, online users started to notice that something seemed off about the footage. According to the website that monitors this volcano, it states the following. Sakurajima is one of the most monitored and observed volcanoes in Japan. Seismograph stations have been installed at 18 locations on the island of Kyoto University, Japan Meteorological Agency, Asumai River National Highway Office, and Kagoshima University, and there's also a large number of observation stations off the island. Ground deformation is under continuous observation, and various technology has been installed in tunnels as well as GPS. Kyoto University, along with the Asumai River National Highway Office, has created a 200-meter observation tunnel, and Kyoto University Geoinformation Authority of Japan and the Japan Meteorological Agency have installed GPS at 24 locations." End quote. However, after online users slowed down the live cam and zoomed in, they were able to see a bright green object hit the volcano before it erupted. This in turn started to cause a variety of different theories to be put forward. Some users suggested this technology is currently being used by militaries across the world, and this particular beam was actually part of an energy weapon. The idea is that these energy beams can be used by the military to attack a target, with some saying they can also be used for things like weather modification. Those who saw the video said you can very clearly see a green beam of light hit the volcano. Then a matter of seconds later the volcano starts to erupt, saying that it seems too much of a coincidence. One user said the following. "I've seen these types of videos before, and when these beams hit the objects they were aiming for, it normally causes them to erupt or catch on fire. I'm sure that the military are messing around with this tech, as it's not the first time these beams have been recorded." End quote. While one skeptic said the following. "Although I can see why people are questioning this video, it doesn't show anything that resembles a laser. In fact, I think the green beam that can be seen in the video is just a camera anomaly, and it's showing up because the video was slowed down. In my opinion, there's nothing of interest here." End quote. Others though went down the route of suggesting that this beam caused the volcano to erupt, and went on to say this isn't the first time that a strange beam has caused a reaction to the object it's hitting. Amateur researchers that have looked into the phenomenon have said that these beams have also been seen in videos of things like bush and forest fires. However, it's important to note that as of right now there's no proof these beams of light are responsible for the fires. Some have just found it interesting how these alleged energy beams have been photographed during and just before a fire breaks out. As mentioned, some don't believe these lights are random or caused by camera anomalies, but suggest that the government is behind these beams, and that they're also using HAARP technology to create them. HAARP, also known as the High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, is a little known yet critically important US military defense program, which has generated quite a bit of controversy over the years in certain circles. Though denied by HAARP officials, some researchers allege that secret capabilities of HAARP are designed to forward the US military's goal of achieving full spectrum dominance. What's strange is that a few years back amateur researchers said the United States may achieve this by the year 2020. Others have even said that HAARP can and has been used for weather modification, to cause earthquakes and tsunamis. When strange shapes appear in the sky, people tend to blame HAARP, suggesting that they're possibly testing new technology. The University of Alaska Fairbanks stated the following on their website. HAARP is the world's most capable high-power, high-frequency transmitter for the study of the ionosphere. The HAARP program is committed to developing a world-class ionospheric research facility consisting of the following. The Ionospheric Research Instrument, a high-power transmitter facility operating in the high-frequency range. the ionospheric research instrument can be used to temporarily excite a limited area of ionosphere for scientific study. A sophisticated suite of scientific or diagnostic instruments that can be used to observe the physical processes that occur in the excited region. Observation of the processes resulting from the use of the program in a controlled manner will allow scientists to better understand processes that occur continuously under the natural stimulation of the sun." End quote. Although this sounds like science fiction, humans are able to modify the weather, and interestingly this has been happening since the 1940s. Scientists have said they can use clouds to rain on certain areas that are lacking water. Interestingly, the Navy has this laser technology, and even went on to say the following: "There can be multiple laser systems mounted on the back of an aircraft, with each laser system generating a ghost image, so that there would appear to be multiple aircrafts present." This was in response to the latest tech being used by the Navy in order to create the illusion of there being multiple aircrafts in the sky at once. It's also been announced that the US Army is going forward with plans to create an extremely powerful laser weapon. The indirect fire protection capability high energy is said to be a 300 upward kilowatt weapon. It's interesting to note that at this moment in time the United States Navy currently uses this technology. However, the laser weapon they use is nowhere near as powerful as this one that's in development. In fact, it's reported that this new laser weapon will be over 10 times more powerful than the one the United States Navy is using. They've reported that these laser weapons will be mainly used to tackle things like incoming missiles. It's very clear then that the military is very interested in this technology. They want this tech to be used by all three of the main services. One of the main reasons for wanting this technology is because of how efficient it is. The lasers are incredibly accurate, and you don't need to keep reloading. Every year, thousands of people report strange things in our sky. Sometimes they get investigated, and the majority of them get explained as everyday things such as planes, flares, helicopters, natural phenomena, blimps, wildlife, or even camera anomalies. Reports show that in 2018 there was over 3,700 reports of unidentified flying objects, and in 2019 there was over 6,800 reports, with some saying this is just a rough estimate and only the ones that got reported, saying that it's likely thousands of more UFOs were seen by people across the planet. The most recent one that's making the rounds is this strange object that was seen above Mexico. Residents have reported that a large black structure was seen hovering in the sky, while other residents said the object came through what appeared to be a portal. As with the majority of these types of sightings, different theories were put forward to explain what was seen. One woman called Veronica detailed that the object was large, and that it was hard to see what shape it was. She went on to say that the object in question made no noise, and that it was easy to see because of how big it was. Others carried on with this and said they saw the craft come through what looked like a portal. However, not everyone agreed with this statement, and said that it just suddenly appeared. Once the photograph was posted on social media, other people came forward and said they'd seen something similar. One person named Rosa stated they'd seen objects that looked similar to this one, noting that they're normally quite big and seen during the nighttime. They said this is the first time they've seen one of these crafts photographed during the daytime. One of the toughest things with these types of sightings is trying to track down who took the original photographs. I spoke with one person who claimed they saw something similar a few weeks before this photo was shared. They said that at the moment Mexico has been a hotspot for UFO sightings, and that the media there isn't really covering the large amount of UFOs that have been reported by residents. He went on to say that he's not sure why they aren't being covered, but that there's definitely something strange going on. He states that one of the most commonly cited things here is strange glowing orbs that are seen during the night, saying that they can be seen flying around in the night sky at fast speeds. Something interesting that he noted was that he's seen black helicopters approach these orbs, but whenever the helicopters get close they just suddenly shoot up and vanish. It's interesting to note that black helicopters are often seen in areas when unidentified flying objects have been seen, and as of right now no one is sure where these appear. It's been suggested by some UFO researchers that black helicopters are part of a secret program that investigates UFOs. Eyewitnesses who have seen them have said they don't have any markings on the side, and are usually completely blacked out. The military have denied this, and have said there's no branch or secret project that is flying around in black helicopters. One location that's shrouded in mystery is that of the Popocatépetl volcano. The Popocatépetl is an active stratovolcano, which can be found in central Mexico, and the name of it translates to Smoky Mountain. This is fitting as the volcano is quite active. However, over the years it's been making the news for a different reason. Various webcams are pointed towards the volcano, which gives users a good view of it from the safety of their home. But it's not just ash plumes and clouds that have been witnessed around this volcano. Many people have said they've witnessed unidentified flying objects. These aren't just stories either. People have managed to take photographs and screenshots of the objects while above the volcano. Interestingly, the most commonly shaped objects that is seen are the disc and cigar. However, various other shapes have been seen, and this has caused UFO researchers to label this place as a UFO hotspot. What's strange though is that these unidentified crafts are not just seen above the volcano, but they've also been observed flying directly into the volcano and then back out again. This has caused UFO researchers to suggest that something may be going on inside the volcano itself. The most recent one was captured on a webcam on the 20th of April in 2020. The object in question appears to be a glowing orb. These are often reported by people worldwide, and they are known for being difficult to photograph, as they just appear as glowing objects and don't really show up well on the webcams. Due to the vast amounts of reports around this volcano that all seem to match up, this begs the question of what these objects are and why they're so interested in this volcano. No other volcano on our planet is more active than this one in terms of having strange objects flying in and around it. However, researchers monitoring the volcano released this following statement. We've reported that each day during the 17th and 23rd of March, there were 74 to 182 steam and gas emissions from the volcano, some of which contained minor amounts of ash. An explosion at 10:10 on the 17th of March ejected materials onto the flanks, and produced an ash plume that rose 1.2 kilometers above the crater rim, and drifted southeast. Minor ashfall was reported in the region during the 17th and 18th of March. Some emissions were accompanied by material ejected out of the crater between 10 and 11, and this was on the 18th of March. An explosion at 7 on the 19th of March ejected material a short distance from the crater. On the 22nd of March an ash plume rose 1 kilometer and drifted south, and ejected materials on the flanks at a distance of 800 meters from the crater. The alert level remained at yellow, which is phase 2 middle level coloured on a 3-colour scale. End quote. Others have said these objects could be a natural phenomena like ball lightning. Ball lightning is the strange occurrence of when the conditions appear to be just right, and the static discharge of a normal thunderstorm creates what appears to be a floating ball of pure lightning. Not only do these strange unexplained instances of ball lightning create an unexplainable perfect spherical shape, but they also appear to move erratically through the sky, and have often been mistaken as alien encounters. Many don't buy this, and suggest that there's something far more mysterious going on at this volcano. The city of Jerusalem is a sacred place. It's said that Jerusalem is the location where Jesus was brought as a child, and it's for this reason that this place is important for many reasons. Interestingly, amateur UFO researchers have suggested that Jerusalem is actually a hotspot for these crafts, and that every year people close to this region report seeing strange lights in the sky. One person recently sent me the following message: "I have a sighting that I'd like to share with you. I don't want to tell anyone I know about this as it goes against my beliefs. For the last few nights I've been seeing these strange lights above Jerusalem. I live very close by and I've never seen anything like it before. The objects look like large blue balls that would pulsate. I could see them flying around at high speeds. Oddly though, they weren't making any sound while doing this. They would occasionally pulsate and then roam the area again. It's strange because it looked as though the lights were almost looking for something. They weren't just flying randomly. They were dipping down and then back up again. I tried to take some photographs, but the lights were not very big, and they weren't showing up on the camera very well. They just looked like a blur when I reviewed the images. I have done some research online and I can see that others have seen strange lights in the sky above Jerusalem. I don't know what it was, but I thought I would share my experience with you." End quote. This eyewitness sounds like they saw an orb. These crafts are known within UFO circles. Glowing orbs is a phenomenon that's being witnessed all over the globe. These glowing orbs come in a variety of different colours, ranging from blue, red, orange, yellow, pink, silver, green and black, and most people who've seen them have said they appear to pulsate and fly at extremely fast speeds. Those who've seen them have said they look to be under intelligent control, and that due to how fast they fly it's near impossible to get a high quality photo of them. UFO researchers who have looked into these reports have said these crafts are some of the most interesting ones reported from around the world, with some saying that they remind them of drones. Due to UFOs being seen in this region, it's caused some to put forward some interesting theories, and one of these is that perhaps the Star of Bethlehem was actually an unidentified flying object. This idea has been put forward by many UFO believers, stating that if Jesus was really someone who had powers, then why is it so out there to suggest that the star was actually a craft? UFO researchers point to the fact that unidentified flying objects have been reported all throughout history, noting that ancient papyrus and cave paintings show strange crafts in the sky. It's for this reason that they believe these objects have been present throughout our history. Others put more at their theories and suggest that Jesus may have been sent down from one of these crafts, and that it was guiding them throughout their journey. Skeptics though deny this and say that just because a cave painting looks similar to a UFO, it doesn't mean that it's proof of unidentified crafts visiting our planet. Also going on to say that these are just theories, and as of right now we have no proof of UFOs ever visiting Earth. Believers say though that we have proof of advanced civilizations and UFOs that have visited our planet. One of these that's been used to back up the idea that humans are more advanced than we make out is that of the carvings from Kal-Baktash. The image in question has been described as some as looking eerily similar to a modern day rocket engine, and this has caused ancient theorists to suggest that early civilizations had prior knowledge of rocketry, and were even in the early stages of using this technology. Various photographs can be found of this petroglyph next to a modern day rocket, and it's not hard to see why people suggest that early civilizations had this technology. Going back a few years ago, the Times of India announced that they had discovered something interesting inside a cave. Dr. Bhagat said that he and his team found something that resembled an alien, and suggested that the cave painting could be over 10,000 years old. He even went on to say that he'd like NASA's and the Indian Space Research Organization's opinion on the discovery. Some theorists have suggested that going back thousands of years ago advanced civilizations flourished, and not only that but they also left behind evidence. For example, some point to the ancient stone figures found in the middle of a number of ancient Mayan ruins down in Guatemala. These feature an almost perfect recreation of a modern day astronaut carved in stone. This stone figure has been at the center of many ancient civilization debates. and some claim the gods were depicted in such a way due to the fact they were merely advanced creatures visiting from faraway planets. The paintings can be found in a cave close to central India. What's interesting is that when first seeing the paintings there are many that show humans and animals. However, it also stunned the researchers because it showed kangaroos and giraffes. These are not native to India. However, it was this painting that stood out. Dr. Bargett said the following about the discovery. The findings suggest that humans in prehistoric times may have seen or imagined beings from other planets, which still creates curiosity among people and researchers. In a few pictures they're even shown wearing spacesuits. It's not the first time we found cave paintings like this, but never until now with such detail. Flying saucers, equipment, spacesuits, depictions of abduction are some of the images one can find in this region." End quote. Again, some suggest this shows evidence of beings visiting this planet, but others are not so sure, with some saying that all it shows is a tall-looking being. Some skeptics have said these are just bad drawings, and that we're looking too deep into them. Others have pointed to the objects like the Dogu figurines, suggesting that many of these strange depictions can be found. For those unaware, the Dogu figurines have fascinated theorists in the ancient astronaut community for years. They are used as hard evidence of the existence of extraterrestrials during the times of our ancestors. The Dogu figurines depict small humanoid creatures that appear to be visually similar to that of the small grey alien. The purpose of the Dogu are widely unknown, but they have been found all around the Japanese island and have consistently dated to be somewhere around 14,000 to 16,000 years old, which is 4,000 to 6,000 years before the first human civilizations began to arise. So what do you make of these interesting stories? Be sure to leave your questions and answers in the comment section below, and help us to grow this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.